Welcome to Joe's Astrology, and this is the birth chart for Jordan from Love is Blind Season 10. There's no birth time for him, so there's no rising. He's a sun in Pisces. Moon is probably Sagittarius. It's right here near Pluto and Scorpio. I'm guessing it's Sagittarius though, but I could be wrong. We don't really know. And I'm always saying that because he's a fun guy. Kind of a bigger guy. I mean, he is a Pisces, though. He does have Jupiter and Leo. But hearing him talk about wanting to be in a certain town and not wanting to be here kind of makes me think of Sagittarius. So so let's take a look here. As I said, Sun in Pisces. He's got a nice Mars and Venus sextile, 60-degree opportunistic angle between the lovers planets here, Mars and the masculine and Venus, the feminine. And it's a pretty good aspect, but not the greatest, considering that Venus is in Aries and Mars is in Gemini, although I would say it's better than having Mars-Venus in a square. It's kind of looking at that, it's like giving the relationship a lot more hope already. And then he has this Saturn, Pluto. Pluto is currently transiting this Saturn with a lot of these people, it seems, which makes sense. Pluto's coming through and really changing the structure of these people's lives fairly quickly through a marriage, basically having someone come and live with them permanently pretty quickly. And he's got this Saturn here in Aquarius, and it's with the North Node in Capricorn. And this also makes me think of him becoming a step parent, because I think this is going to be a big issue for him. Him becoming a step parent, and really, it's not just the marriage, but it's this huge level of responsibility that he has to take on. And we see Jupiter here in Leo. Leo is the sign of children. This guy could be just a big kid, and now he has to take on this huge responsibility. And there's more to the reason why I think that's the case here. And we see Jupiter's retrograde in Leo. So he's redoing something that has to do with this Jupiter and this Leo. His South Node is in Cancer, so we have this Saturn, Capricorn, Cancer, this kind of like blend of parenting, or some symbols here that could mean parenting. And the Saturn, or the Jupiter, is in an almost exact aspect with that Saturn in opposition. And as I said, the Jupiter's retrograde. So it's making the Saturn is getting an indirect retrograde as well. So we could see, we could almost consider this a retrograde because of that aspect, that he's redoing this parenting thing. There's this thing that's coming up. He's redoing it. And we see the Venus. This is where it gets interesting. The Venus is moving towards a square to the node, the North Node. And Saturn, and we know Saturn and Neptune is here, currently at 1 degrees, 1 degrees, 2 degrees here. And the Venus is moving away from the Saturn, which tells me there's something that needs to be resolved here, that needs to that's going to happen, that's going to really make him look at this part of his chart. And typically that would show that this person would have the habit of moving towards the Cancer, which the Cancer part of his chart, the South Node, kind of going backwards, back into his. It was funny because they said like, is he going to go back to his man cave? That's what this kind of looks like. Cancer's the cave, the home, where he feels secure. Is he going to go back to the home? And this kind of shows that he would. And what's going to happen is when Saturn goes over this Venus, it's going to be in about a year, let's just give or take about a year. That's when the issues would come up, and that's when there probably will come up, where it's like, okay, this is getting real. Is this gonna be permanent? Are we gonna get past this? Because now it's getting real. They've been living together for a year. They have the kid. The kid's getting used to the guy. You know, kids at that age are pretty adaptable, pretty flexible. They're impressionable. And is he gonna go through with this? I think we'll see that turning point. Not to get into anything else, but just these aspects alone. We're gonna see that with that Saturn transit the Venus. So that's kind of what I wanted to focus on in his chart here. We see as Uranus at 13 degrees, also making a square to that Venus. He's also making an inconjunct to this Mars, and Uranus is also going to get close to that Mars. So there could be another, in the next, say, 3 years, another transit there that has to do with this. So lots of opportunity for this guy to make these abrupt changes. Or have these issues come up. He's, from a positive standpoint, he's kind of used to this. He has Uranus at 13 degrees aspecting these planets, aspecting his sun. So that, that can show that he could, he's used to this energy. Also aspecting his Neptune there. So that can be a positive there, that he's able to deal with these things that come up in the future. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.